Hello, this is my first video in a long time, and I want to attempt to explain why it's been such a long time. So, if you're new to the channel, my name is Adam Henderson. I think I might be slightly rated over 1700 still in NASPA. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm slightly over 1700 still, but I'm well below 1700 in the WePo rating system. If you ask me, do you think I'm really a 1600 player or really a 1700 player? My answer would be I don't know, but I'm certainly not an 1800 player. I don't think I'm underrated and should really be 1800. But I do think that I'm stronger than 1500 player. I've been playing Scrabble for quite a while, and most recently, last few years, I've been taking it more seriously. And so I started this channel. I do play NWL. I do not play Collins. So this is one of the few Scrabble channels on YouTube or that you can find that is exclusively NWL, which is the North American version of the Scrabble. I have nothing against Collins. There was a recent controversy with the New Year's tournament, and I weighed in on the Facebook discussion that was on the NASPA concerns group, which is where a lot of fun Scrabble controversy discussions take place on. If you're not on that NASPA concerns group and you're steeped within the Scrabble community, I would highly advise you to join that community so you can find all the fun discussion. I was pretty alarmed and disappointed when I first heard that Bob Lynn, who's a Collins player, I guess who lives in the Albany area, it was first claimed that he had, as part of his condition for his donation to stream Collins. So a lot of people took issue with that, and then finally later, like it was quite a few days later after this discussion started, finally the person who is he's actually quite a big name now. His name is Josh Greenway, and he is the man behind all of the Scrabble streams that most people really love these Scrabble streams, including myself. And I both myself and the Scrabble community owes a great debt to Josh Greenway. So Josh Greenway later came out on Facebook and said, "No, it was I who decided that it was I wanted to do the New York Albany tournament and make it all Collins for the stream." And he explained why that. And I think the main reason, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the main reason was that he wanted to see how the viewership would be if it was if the viewership would be better if it was all just one stream rather than split between two different. I did express to my concerns to him over private message, and it sounded like when I did that, he said that it wasn't. This was kind of like a one-off thing, but at the same time, I'm not really sure if it's a one-off thing because he, in other places, he also indicated that maybe it was only going to be the bigger tournaments that we're going to have. That were going to be a split stream, split between Collins and NWL. until we have two separate streams, which I don't think is happening very soon. I would encourage there to be split as there was before between Collins in the morning and then NWL in the afternoon. I think that's fair until we get to the point where we can have two different streams. But in any case, I actually try not to be too anti Collins. I actually enjoy watching stream even if it's Collins because as someone said, you can still get a lot of Scrabble strategy watching Collins, even if you're an NWL player, and I agree with that. Early on, when a lot of Collins streaming started happening, I was hesitant to watch Collins streams because I was worried that I'd see all these Collins words and I'd get him confused with which one's Collins and which one's NWL. And the funny thing is that maybe it's because I haven't really watched a whole lot of Collins streams yet or Collins content, but at least up to this point, I haven't made a mistake and accidentally played a Collins word in a game. So I guess it hasn't really affected me as far as my fear that I might get things mixed up. I recently, against Kevin Burbridge, I played the word WAP. And I forgot that I was playing on Woogles, and you can't play WAP on Woogles. There's no option to play WOW, which is the WePose word list that includes all the slurs. WAP is some sort of slur for an Italian that outside of Scrabble I've never heard or seen. But anyway, it's useful. I should have played POW. He challenged it off. I played POW on the very next move, but it was too late. There was no saving that game. I barely lost at the end, and it was frustrating. Anyway, that's a tangent. I'm gonna continue. Give me a moment. I'm back. So, last few weeks, I had actually meant to create a video sooner than this. It's the 7th of January. But I actually, the last 2 weeks, I've been pretty sick. And I heard it's going around, the flu, like stomach flu, norovirus. And I don't know if it was, I had norovirus. I took a COVID test, and I don't know if the test was valid because, I don't know, you put the swab in your nose, but it doesn't tell you to put it up very far. Anyway, I always just wonder if those are valid. The test came up negative for COVID, but I don't know if I trust that. I've been a little bit depressed lately, mostly because of the results of the American election. Did not go my way. I thought Kamala Harris would have been had she had been elected, I think she would have been a fantastic candidate. I spent a lot of time up before creating this video thinking about whether I wanted to insert politics or talk about politics on my channel, and just today and yesterday, I decided maybe a little bit here and there, but for the most part, no, I'm not going to get too into like specific political issues. I have a tendency to be very patronizing and holier than thou when I'm talking about politics. I'm extremely liberal. I believe very strongly in liberal values, and I would even argue very strongly in favor of trans rights, even to the extent that I would argue that trans women should be able to play in female sports. Maybe I'll make a video about that sometime. Explain exactly why I feel that way. Maybe I'll make a video about abortion. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, my thinking today and yesterday when I was thinking about politics and whether I wanted to talk about it on my Scrabble channel is it's not so much that I don't want to talk about politics because I want it to be strict or at least mostly a Scrabble channel, and that's true. I want it to be mostly a Scrabble channel, but it's not even that. It's that hardly anyone watches my channel, and so I feel like the energy that I would put into that would be lost. And also, it's hard for me to talk about politics without getting all riled up and really angry sometimes. I do feel anger towards people who voted for Trump. Um, as a gay man and someone who has autism, I feel like Republicans are terrible for people with disabilities. They're terrible for LGBT. So even those two things alone, I feel very powerfully, strongly an advocate for both LGBT community and the autistic and disabled community. But anyway, I'll stop talking about that for now. And I think for now, and for probably the next few videos, I'm not going to talk about politics, but I'm going to talk about Scrabble and talk about strategy. Not some. I mean, yeah, I'm going to want to talk about strategy, but just the main point is to go over some games. This will be the first one of a series where I'll go over the terrible tournament of that was the Labor Day tournament in Portland, which is I live in the Seattle area, so it's a major tournament that I can go to that I don't need to take a flight to go out to. So that's very nice for me. Flights are expensive, and you add that to the hotel costs. Scrabble can be expensive. So yeah, let's take a look at this game. A new thing I want to start doing is at the end of the video, I want to look directly into the camera and ask you, the viewer, what was the main thing that caused for the ones that I lost. Not so much. When I review a game that I won, it's more just kind of a gloat. This review is more for the games that I lost. But when I review a game that I lost, at the end of the video, I want to look at it and ask you, why did I lose this game? And a lot of the times, the answer is going to be either A, I lost a challenge. I challenged a word that was valid. I played a phony. A is probably the most common. Or B, I chickened out of a bingo that I'd maybe written down or thought of during the game that I just chickened out of playing and played a non-bingo instead. So those are probably, between those two scenarios, A and B combined, those are probably 50% or more of the reasons why I lose games. So it's word knowledge is probably at least 50%. And that's why you spend all this time studying. And I have a variety of ways. One way that I've really been a big fan of lately is studying my Funk and Wagnall's dictionary. And I'm part of the dictionary committee, so that just being part of that committee and calling the words is studying in of itself. Anyway, we're in 14 minutes. Let's look at this game. This is against a very strong player. I would say he's 1800 level, even though he's slightly under 1800. I would put him in that class, which is stronger than I am, and I would say much stronger than I am. The difference between 1800 and 1700 is actually a big difference, in my opinion. So let's take a look at this game. So he goes first in this game. And I consider him a friend. Unfortunately, he told me during this tournament that he wanted to start playing Collins, which I was disappointed in. But it was mostly disappointed because I'll probably see him less, and I won't be able to play him in tournaments. But other than that, I don't have anything totally against Collins. I don't think I would play it myself for a number of reasons. He opens with Edgar. Actually, let me pause it, see if I can find the picture I took of this game. So it concerns me because I couldn't find the game. So I'm not sure if maybe it was just this was one of the very few games that I didn't take a picture of, or since this was against Chris Shang, I'm worried that this might have actually been one of the very few games that I maybe like played him that wasn't an official game, and I don't really care about those like friendly games. The word friendly, by the way, was part of that game, so I decided I would actually not review that just in case that was one of the friendly games that I'm looking at. So I'm gonna instead of Chris Chang, we're gonna look at Yuri, and he's actually under 1700 on NASPA rating, but I think he's definitely, if I would say how strong he is, I'd say he's definitely stronger than 1700. So yeah, in WePo, he's definitely way over 1700. He's 1764. I believe he was actually the director of this tournament. And anyway, he's very if you meet this guy, he's very friendly. But the point wasn't that he's friendly, because almost everybody in Scrabble is friendly. But I don't know if I'd call him an intellectual, but I know he is like, I don't know if he's a professor or not, but I know he goes to some sort of school in Canada. And when you talk to him, you can kind of tell, like, okay, yeah, this guy is very kind of fluent and kind of more intellectual type language type thing. Anyway, I love those type of people. I don't know if I'm insulting him now how I'm describing him, but my intention isn't to insult him, but to compliment him. So anyway, Yuri, if you're watching and I didn't give you a good light, I apologize for that. I only meant to compliment. I'll let Yuri, if he's watching my video, say anything he wants to say in the comments section. By the way, that was one reason I was a little bit hesitant to review all these games, because I think I only won 6 games out of 20. This was a very difficult field. It was all men and all extremely strong players. Some of them underrated, I would even say, and I was the bottom seed. So being the bottom seed, maybe 6 out of 20 games shouldn't be too surprising. But even as many games as I lost, 14 games, those losses were actually pretty hard-fought losses, and I think make for interesting content for a YouTube channel on Scrabble, or at least I'm hoping it will be. It's been a long time. It's been several months since I played these games. It's kind of a traumatic experience for me to have such a bad tournament. But I will just say, I won't name any names, but there's certain top experts that are out there that, either on their Facebook or on their YouTube channel, have complained about coming third or second in a big tournament, or for whatever reason they're not satisfied with their own performance, and to those people, I would just say you need to be more satisfied with how far you've come in your Scrabble career. These people, again, I don't want to name any names because I don't want to get in trouble, but these people I'm thinking of, some of them have their own YouTube channels or Twitch channels, and they tend to be, complain about not winning a tournament and not winning the nationals or whatever. You got to get over yourself. And if you have a terrible tournament where you only win 6 games out of 20 at a multi-day tournament, and I have to do this as well. I've come a long way. Getting over 1,700 rating points in NASPA, it does give me a certain amount of respect. Maybe not as much respect as I would have if I was over 1,800, but I do have some amount of respect for how far I've come. And so that's why I have this channel. So I've talked a lot about not Scrabble. So let's talk about Scrabble now. It's 21 minutes. I haven't even started. So my first rack here was Nova 10. Not every opponent gets a lot of respect for me, but Yuri in particular, he's someone I respect in Scrabble. He is always very... One thing that I really respect about some of the top Scrabble players is that if they can take a loss and be friendly about it, because so many of these people at the top, they spend so much of their time and effort trying to do the very best that they can, and they care a lot about Scrabble, and I care a lot too, and I can respect when they're disappointed. But when you lose a tournament game, I always appreciate people that can do it with good sportsmanship. And I think it's important to teach our kids, whether it's in a physical sport or mental sport, to have good sportsmanship, even if you're playing very kind of cutthroat type of games. I don't know if I said that correctly, but you get the drift. So I played Vin here. I think that's fine. Let's see what Avion, Vino. Yeah, I kind of like Vino better than Vin here. These plays, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time agonizing and using Quackle or Macondo. At least not yet. Maybe someday I'll get to the point where I'm using Macondo. I haven't installed Macondo yet. I plan to do that sometime soon, but just haven't gotten to that point quite yet. So I played Vin here, which is I think is fine. Takes the A and the O hook, but just wanted to get the game started. I wasn't particularly wanting to close. I don't really like closed board games. I don't think this really closes the board because Vin takes the A and the O hook, and it's not likely to lead to a badly closed board. So why does it... I said Yuri. Why did it change it? Oh, because I didn't save it? Okay. Alright, so then I get my first bingo. I think this is the only bingo I had. Add nation, yeah. Get that down. I don't know if I won this game or not. I only won 6 of the game, so I likely lost this one. Let's see. I'm reviewing these in no particular order. He plays Pede. PRDs. Just played Val for 12. So I just get rid of the V and the U. Whatever I play, I'm probably going to want to get rid of the V and the U unless I'm scoring quite well. So I have dots here that I could play for 35. That keeps both the D and the U. This is worth considering. It scores a lot. And so this is similar to my play of Vowel. Gets rid of a consonant. I think this is probably better than my play of Vowel, but anyway. I had the right idea. Dots is probably best here. But whatever, I miss dots. He plays duet. Just open so I can look at the picture I made. And you would expect actually a tournament director to have kind of good-natured, good sportsmanship. So he does have that. And he's not the type of person you can push around. You usually can't push around directors. I had a conversation about why I kind of dropped out of directing. He encouraged me to get back into it, but it's with my autism, it's too much anxiety and too much work for me to do it at this point. I'm not saying it will never happen again, but it's not something on my radar for right now. So there's no bingo here. I played roped, which I think is fine. I mean, none of these plays score particularly high. Roped is just a fishing play. I think that's fine. It's okay to fish sometimes. And he plays... What does he play here? Plays Vex. So far, there isn't really a whole lot of strategy in this game. It's just kind of a closed board game. There's not a whole lot going on. Parrots, which I get down for 74. So I didn't want to play it here because that opens triple triple. So I think this is fine. He plays one. Amoebas, which doesn't play. So I played Beamy for 45. Oh wait, I didn't. That was my next move. I played Ba here for 21. Where's Ba play? Just right here. I think that's fine. I'm okay. Actually, need to switch these. So I'm way ahead in this game. I'm guessing this is one of the games I won. Just given how far ahead I am. So look, I just played Ba, and I'm ahead 109 points. So it would be unusual for me to lose a game where I'm ahead like halfway through. I mean, given there are 2 blanks out, but it would be unusual for me to lose this game. If I would really have to fuck up to lose this game in this position. So he plays Legacy. And I just pulled this game randomly because I have them all in this folder here. And so I didn't actually mean to start with a game that I won, but if it so happens that I'm starting out by showcasing a game I actually won rather than lost, then so be it. That might not be the worst way to start out. So I played Beamy. I still have almost Amoebas here, but I have Amoebs. I picked another B out of the bag. So here I did play Beamy for, that's the top play. 45, he plays Fakir. Look at my phone again, see where he plays that. Okay, through the A. So, I mean, he's just not drawing well. He drew the Q. Whenever you draw the Q in the game and you're having a bad game to boot, it's probably an indication that you're going to lose the game. Heteros is what I have. It doesn't play. Played air, which I think is fine. Yeah, O's isn't bad. That scores 3 too. But air scores decent and keeps the S, so that's fine. Awa comes next. Where does Awa play? Up, down there. Gitones. Is there a bingo in Gitones? Just out of curiosity. No. No bingo in Gitones when I play here. This game just isn't very interesting, but that's okay if I said a lot of stuff. So it's okay if this game isn't that interesting. Let's see, Geitz. From me. So that scores 31. That seems fine. Exchange is 5, so things are just not going his way. He's down by 119. He has to exchange. So yeah. I wish I had more games like this. During this tournament. I do think I had overall bad luck in this tournament. It wasn't just me playing badly. That was one part of the reason I wanted to review all these games. If I had played badly in this tournament, I probably wouldn't analyze any of the games from this tournament. I would just try to forget about it. So I have this rack and I played Wig. Plays Melts. So we have 2 blanks. He just opened a triple with his own play. I should be thinking I need to block him from being able to play a triple with only 21 tiles left and 2 blanks left. So let's see if the alarm bells should have been going off in my head. Let's see if they did. Let's see what I did here. So I didn't have that great of a rack here. I still have that Z. But I did block it. I played Muni. So Unicom would have blocked the triple. And Conium. Conium would have been better because it starts with a C. But anyway, I played Muni, which blocks the triple, gets the job done. Maybe not the best play though. I could have made in that spot. So he does bingo here, but it's not going to matter, and he has both blanks. So he plays Tonsillar. Zit. So yeah, so this game is just not interesting at all. I'm just defeating him without even trying. Yeah, so this wasn't like the most amazing game as far as strategy goes, but it's okay. I said a lot of things that weren't related to Scrabble in the beginning of this video, and that's fine. So this is just kind of getting warmed up, getting back into the groove of making Scrabble videos. So this is a WePo tournament, so I can play with Jew. he plays logo somewhere. I played Icy. He goes out with Cure. So let's see if we scored the game right. The computer says the score should be I have 428. He has 310. He actually had himself with 314, and then he lost 10 points on time. So the final score was 304 to 428. So he did probably misscore something by 4 points there. But yeah, this was this game. We're at 35 minutes. I'm gonna end the video. Again, I'm gonna try not to get too caught up with what other people think about me and my videos. Kyle Kalinsky says if you're a YouTube influencer, it's better for your well-being to not obsess over YouTube comments. A lot of people will say some nasty things. By the way, if you want to say something nasty, please don't. I'm just gonna shadow ban you if you do. If you want to make a comment, I probably will read them. But just try to be, civil. Try not to be nasty. I won't block you if you make a critical comment, but if it's something that I feel like you're trolling or being mean-spirited, it's likely I might just block you. I've been bullied for quite a bit of my life as someone who's autistic, so I'm not going to put up with it. Thank you guys. See you next time.